Hello and welcome back to Let's Play City Skylines Rockwood Episode 3. I'm your host, Fairville. Last episode we added a garbage service and some more homes, unlocking the Worthy Village milestone. This milestone is going to bring us some new challenges, in particular, crime and fire. It'll also allow us to specialize our industry to grow and build some farmland. In order to fund our infrastructure, I like to create parks with walkways that the Sims will pay to use. That'll allow us to add money to our coffers and continue to grow. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any ideas on what you'd like to see built in Rockwood, leave a comment below. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's take a look at our little residential area that we've been starting to grow. What we want to do is build a park around it because it's going to raise the land value, as well as, like I mentioned before, the pathways so that Sims can get around. So I'm going to connect the neighborhood throughout here with some park. We're going to lay down a park, and then we're going to build a bridge across the river to connect it to our industrial and our commercial areas. The Sims will start using this, and they'll pay to get into the park in order to walk across the pathways that we built to these different areas. Checking out this little area that we laid down, I think I'm going to start over here with the first park entrance and then build a secondary park entrance with a bridge across the road and then leading down to the river. As you see, we have left some space over in this area to do that, and we do have our little corner store that did pop up. It looks like it turned into a nice little Burger Big Bite restaurant. Just for fun, I'm going to try and use the red pathway that we normally use for our amusement parks to give it a kind of a cool look over the river. What I'm going to do over here is I'm going to make an underground pathway so that we can continue to use this area when we want to build out, fill it in with more residential or commercial, or whatever we end up deciding to use this area for. Alright, I'm going to throw in just a few different park assets, also to kind of help start boosting the entertainment level of the park. As we grow the park and it becomes a 5-star park, the more your Sims are going to be willing to pay to travel through the park pathways. Alright, we've got the beginning of our park system set up. Hopefully we can start getting some funds out of this, increasing some land value. But with that, let's go and start on our police and fire department. Now, what we're going to want to do at first to save money and resources is build just one police and one fire department to handle our small population. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep them a little bit far from our residential and our commercial and our industry at the moment, and place them kind of in a central location so that they can get to all of these areas fairly quickly. That'll give us enough coverage for now, but when we start to grow, we're gonna want to build new departments and areas closer to these different buildings so that they can have services covered, upgrade their homes, and continue to serve our city. What I'm gonna do down over in this area is where the roads all meet up and lead to the different sections is we're gonna build the police and fire, connect them out, and they'll have access to everything, and that'll get us through this next few levels of the game. Alright, the asset I'm going to use is just a general police precinct. It kind of looks like a generic police building, but I kind of think it fits a little bit more of the aesthetic in this area. If I find any other assets that I might like for this map, I'm going to download them and play them. I'll have a link in the description to this one. And we're going to use a similar asset, fire station, to add to our city. Alright, I'm not sure if I like the way this area came out, but we can always come back and edit it later and redo it. But right now, let's just get in some of our basic needs for this city, continue to grow it, and we can always make upgrades in the future. Okay, I'm going to let my city run so that we can start earning some more income. The Sims get used to the parkway system and start working on that. And as well, so our police can start attending to some of the crime that we're starting to get in our city. As you see, we already have 3 reports of crime. Hopefully they get out there and take care of that. And let's come up with a new name for this park. If you have an idea what you'd like to name this park, leave a note in the comments and maybe I'll change it. Alright, what I want to get to is developing some farmland. Over in the corner over here, you can see that we have some nice farmland ready to grow. We are going to purchase that square to do it. However, in order to fulfill the industry needs, we're going to need more residents. We have a small demand for residents right now, so let's start filling in our residents. That'll drop that down, but then boost up our commercial and our industry demand. And just to make things simple, we're going to finish off filling in this part of our square over here. Alright, now you see that we built all this residential. Our residential demand has gone down and it's built up a demand for commercial. So we'll pop down a few more commercial on our commercial sector that we're building, and then what it's going to do is going to continue to drive up that industry, and we're going to put down some farmland. Alright, filling that in has maxed out our industry demand, so why don't we take a look at the squares and make this purchase so we can start putting down some beautiful farms. I always have a hard time making industry look interesting, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to replace some of those tree lines with roads and build a main road connecting to this highway over here so that the trucks can get to it. Eventually we'll probably replace that with a roundabout as we add more industry and it gets more packed. Remember, industry is a very truck heavy area, and so you want to make sure that you have the best roads and the best lanes in order for them to be able to successfully deliver goods and services to the commercial areas and export. Exports can make you some money. Now don't forget to zone this as a district and set it for industry farming. Alright, we've built our farm, but we're starting to run out of a little bit of money. So let's let the game run, see what kind of income we get, and see where our population ends up. Alright, look at that. We've hit Boomtown population 2400. There's a whole lot new things that we're going to be able to do in here, such as transportation services, as well as ore industry specializations, and we can buy another square. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode of City Skylines Rockwood. I hope you had a great time watching me build, and I invite you to come back for episode 4 to see what we do again. If you like our content, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you get updates every time we upload a new video. Thanks for coming, and I hope to see you soon.